looking at some different angles for selecting markets. A lot of entrepreneurs I know will take kind of a passion-first angle, where, we discussed this earlier. There's something I'd really like to do. Why don't we just go after it? Or a convenience-first angle. I really understand this well, or my dad is in the, hotel business, or whatever it is, so why don't we just build a hotel startup? Well, sometimes that's the right answer, but sometimes that can set you off on the wrong foot. Ultimately, you want to go opportunity first if you're going to sort of choose one of the context angles. Looking at prerequisites is also key. I mean, you'll have certain criteria that you want to use, and this is personal for everyone, but some of the basics that I always see are you have to have a passion for it to some degree. It's got to be the right size for what you're going after. I mean, everybody has a certain outcome in mind that they'd like. And this gets more complicated as you get more co-founders. It's an important thing to make sure you're aligned on, because one of the biggest reasons co-founders split up is the company has an opportunity to exit, and co-founders have differing points at which they'd like to exit. Feasibility, it's got to be something you can actually do, something you can do or you can hire somebody to do. And there's a number of other prerequisites some people look for. Some folks who are not of the patient variety look for or they need to raise money quickly because maybe they don't have personal finances to back something. Need a business that has a very quick path to revenue. The sooner you get to revenue, the more money you can raise early, and the more easily you can scale up. Although, if you're a seasoned entrepreneur, it's apparently not always the case that that's important if you look at examples like Twitter. Exit strategy, you'll want to go into something that has some clear exit strategy. So it's often pretty obvious. You can sell to the biggest player in the space, the biggest competitor. There's sometimes non-obvious exit strategies, like a few social gaming CEOs that I know were able to sell their companies to sell their social gaming startups to major media companies like Disney, NBC. One of my friends had a company bought by MTV. He had this platform for social games, and MTV had that show Jersey Shore or whatever. So they took his platform and they white labeled it for Jersey Shore and launched it. And they had this application that sort of followed the timeline progression of the TV show and had 100,000 dailies. So that made a lot of sense for MTV because they're like, look, we're a media company. Social media is one type of media, and games are big on social media. So sometimes there's exits that you'd see as non-trivial, but it's a strategic position for a company in a different space to take.